name is Anton. I am an employee of the Yarra Riverkeeper Association, and I am the Atlas project officer. I will be hosting this seminar today for all of you. Today I have divided the seminar to talk a little bit about the Yarra Riverkeeper Association, who we are, what we do, going into speaking about the need for the Atlas, as well as giving you some insight into the development process, and finally showing you how the actual Atlas works and some of the capabilities that it has. The Yarra Riverkeeper Association, where I work, is basically the voice for the Yarra River. We pride ourselves in looking out in the best interest of the river, liaising with stakeholders, liaising with government, and liaising with other friends of groups and community groups. We hold a variety of educational events and community engagement events. We've got multiple seminars, we have cleanup events, we have community events, where our main goal for all of these events is to educate the community and try to build a sense of belonging and protection for the Yarra River. CERDI, the Centre for E-Research and Digital Innovation, they were one of our partners in developing this Yarra Atlas, and they were essential in allowing us to have all the components that we wanted for our Atlas. They are based in Ballarat at the Federation University, and our contact there was Brigitte Hansen, who was fantastic in helping us develop these platforms. If you ever do need anything similar to this, do not hesitate to contact Federation University and CERDI. They are excellent at doing this. Further ado, let me introduce you to our Yarra Catchment Atlas. This is the website. If you want to log in to the website, you can go into yarraatlas.org.au. This will bring you directly to the front page where you will be able to see everything that this Atlas and this website contains. Initially, we decided to develop a Yarra Catchment Atlas because we saw that there was a need for us to record our observations. The Yarra Riverkeeper, Andrew Kelly, saw a need for this because he would be out on excursions or out exploring the Yarra River and wanted to have some sort of record of the things he saw, flora, fauna, whether there were pollution events, whether there were natural disasters. He was very interested in finding a way of being able to keep all of this in a place where people could then refer back to and have the most accurate information of what events have transpired in the Yarra River, or what things have changed throughout time with development and all these other components that can change the general outlook of a river. We'll begin to introduce you to our observations tool. This is one of the most exciting components of the Yarra Atlas because it is a component that allows us to do citizen science. This tool will allow people to submit their observations around the Yarra Atlas, whether they might be observations of interesting fauna, interesting nature, interesting pollution events, man-made disasters, any sort of interesting observation that they might have from the Yarra River will be able to be submitted in this area. So it's very easy to access. You scroll down and you'll see that we have three main places where you can click. If you click on Yarra Observations, and this will take you into the gallery. Once you've arrived into the gallery, you will be able to see past examples of submissions that have been made by people. As you can see, we've got some submissions by Andrew Kelly. These are our most recent ones. We've got a couple of fauna submissions, pollution events, and these are all submissions that have been done either by us, by our volunteers, and people who are interested in participating in the Atlas. Anyway, moving along. So you click on contribution tool. This will take you to a contribution space. You put in all your details. Click the date of the submission, which is, for example, 25th of March. We'll go next. We will click there. Observation type is flora. You can write whatever description you want. For the sake of the seminar, I'll write picture of plant, and you click next. And after that, you just click here and choose your image. It might take a little bit to load. However, after that, we will get an email directly which allows us to approve or deny the submission. And shortly after that, that submission will be approved, obviously, and it will be visible on the Yarra Atlas, which I will show you in a little bit. Website as well, you'd be able to find all sorts of information regarding the Yarra Atlas as well as the Yarra Riverkeeper Association. If you go into what is the Yarra Catchment Atlas, you will be able to find information about the vision and the mission, what we have for the future of the Yarra Catchment Atlas, partners, so people who we have collaborated with. We in fact collaborated with or communicated with over 150 community groups along the Yarra River, all of which most of which were happy to collaborate and to give us data. Some of them had been decades of data, some of them had very specific data about one plant or one animal. As well, you'll be able to find a page where you can get involved and media and events. And if you do have an interest in learning more about the Yarra Riverkeeper Association, you can click there and that'll take you directly into the Yarra Riverkeeper website, where you can learn anything and everything about this association and what we do and how you can participate. Now I will move on to showing you how the actual Yarra Catchment Atlas works. Again, we're back in the front page of the Yarra Catchment Atlas website. We can easily scroll down and we'll see in the middle there's the mapping area. If we click that, that'll take us directly into the Yarra Catchment Atlas. So I'll give you a brief rundown of the components that are available here. On the right side, we've got all of our layers. These expand according to whether or not they are activated or not. If you click a layer, it'll appear on the atlas, as we can see here. These are the community observations. This is what I was talking about earlier. So if you click one of these, it'll show you the actual observation and the location of where that observation was submitted. These are all the ones we've got so far. We've got friends of groups here, which is a very powerful tool that allows you to see, your easiest point of contact for all these friends of groups. We've tried to curate them to be around the Yarra River. However, there are some that are close to the Yarra River or still involved with the Yarra that are not exactly on the Yarra. However, we've got all on the other side, on the left side, we've got this tool. So it says search species. This is our reporting tool of the Yarra Catchment Atlas. It is one that we are very proud of, and we think it's quite useful in terms of getting the relevant information that you want in a specific area. This reporting tool is connected to the VBA and the Atlas of Living Australia. So it will give you, it is basically, I will show you how it works, but it will give you the species or the number of animals of one particular species in a designated area that you will be able to draw with the draw polygon tool. Now, so basically what you have to do here is you will write the name of the species you want to look for. We'll go for something simple, Australian magpie. We'll zoom in, say in the Botanic Gardens. We'll draw a polygon. To draw the polygon, you must click and keep clicking whilst you're drawing. And then once you've got your polygon, you click search records. It'll take a little bit, however, it'll show you the sightings that have been recorded on the VBA and the ALA in that particular area for the Australian magpie. And what's really interesting and really good about this reporting tool is that within the report that it gives you, you can see all these other components which are really valuable. So you can see the planning zones which are within that polygon. You can see planning overlays within that polygon. You can see how many wetlands there are in that area. There's one. Native vegetation. The flora observations, and this is quite an interesting one because as you can see, there are 272 observations. These are all the sightings of all the animals that have been seen in this particular polygon. And these are all the dates. It's quite an interesting report. And lastly, you get the fauna observations. And then if you click on the actual point, it'll give you the year that specific sighting was recorded on the website of the ALA or the VBA. Aside from the reporting tool, which is located here, and you can toggle it on and off by clicking that button, we've got all these layers which you can again toggle on and off. You can select as many layers as you want. So occasionally it'll take some time to fully load, so don't fret if it's being a bit slow. There is quite a large amount of information located within these layers, and the metadata within each of these layers is quite heavy, so it might take a little bit to load. However, once you have loaded the data, you can query it. So you'd be able to click on one of the areas or polygons that have been created, and again you will find information about them. This also applies to ALA flora and fauna records. So again, this is quite a large file. It might take a little bit to load. However, once it is fully loaded, and you can see the progress of the download down here. Once it is loaded, again, you can zoom in and you can query the data as soon as it's loaded. And as you can see, the ALA has hundreds of thousands of records, which is why the reporting tool is quite so useful, because it will limit the information you're able to see, but it'll give you very specific information of what you do want to see, as well as other information, as we saw, the planning layers, all that sort of thing. Still growing, and it's still an ongoing project. We are always looking for volunteers, for people to get involved with us, for organizations, friends of groups. All that sort of information, all that data is extremely valuable, and once we have it in one unified platform, we will be able to see such a larger story from the Yarra River, the changes it's been through, things that have affected the changes, those changes. We will be able to see a full, complete story from years and years and years ago, and we'll be able to then better manage and better plan around the Yarra River to protect its natural values and to protect its biodiversity. So please do not hesitate if you want to get involved. There's information on the Yarra Catchment Atlas website, as well as on the Yarra Riverkeeper website. You can go into contact us and all our details will be there. If you have information or if you want to become a part of the Yarra Atlas, do send us an email. We'll be able to find a way in which you can help us, even if it's with observations or if you've been recording data, we'd be able to put all of that into the platform. So please don't hesitate to contact us. And again, we would just quickly like to thank the Victorian government for giving us this grant, and the Department of Environment, Land, Water and Planning for giving us this grant and making it possible for us to have this seminar and to have this incredible project, which has, been extremely valuable and has added so much value to people's data. So hopefully this has been an informative seminar, and hopefully you've learned enough things to use the Atlas in your favor, and we hope to hear from you soon. Thank you very much. Don't hesitate to email us if you have any more questions or if you want to participate. Thank you.